Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, all that other good Check this out. This video is sweet and to the point. A lot of people have had questions about my comments about exotics, and I'm going to put it to you sort of like this. For many years, people in this world, people, not dogs, in this world have suffered from the conditions and the let me say, struggles that come along with dwarfism in human beings. You know, the health struggles, the, pain that they have in their legs and different other health struggles. I won't go into it like I'm a medical doctor on that side. And the same thing with Down syndrome. There's been many studies on ways to I'm trying to be sensitive and saying fix whatever issue is there even before birth, and there's still science going on to try to to try to fix those situations. Now I say that to say this is we are a dog community, and as a dog community, we have to be realistic. We have a problem in the world where, scientists and doctors are trying to figure out ways to add a better quality of life to people who suffer from certain situations. And then we are arrogant enough to believe that we can recreate and do things that are really scientifically impossible. I have stated many times, it's obvious many times, there are very serious health issues, including dwarfism, including Down syndrome that goes along with the exotic. How does anyone in their right mind believe that you can fix this is beyond me. The greatest medical professionals, the greatest breeders, the greatest scientists around the world have not been able to fix the issues that come along with these two situations. So how do you figure as a bully breeder that all of a sudden now you have the ability to, without any science to it, just breed the situation away? Even when people have these situations, and I did a little more research, and I mean, a lot of times, as unfortunate as it is, if there is a person who suffers from dwarfism, they have to be very, thoughtful of the possibility of their children having to deal with the same pains and the same struggles that they deal with on the physical side. It's the same thing, with people with Down syndrome. If someone with Down syndrome is to have a kid, there is a greater possibility that, that baby will have Down syndrome. And, a lot of tests say this. I'm not a doctor on this, but this is what I'm saying. And that's anything else that's genetic. You have a great chance of passing on anything in your genetics that you would consider to be something that you probably would not want. So I worked around this because I do want to be sensitive to everybody who suffers from anything. But in our community, we have to be realistic. How do we feel like that we can change things that scientists can't change in people who are the first priority by doing this with dogs? It's an excuse. Anything, and this is why I will not promote. I will not promote what I see, the very unhealthy and unethical situation going on with exotics. And as any of that transfers over into the American bully community, I will do my best to make sure that we wash our hands of that also. As I've said, and I want to say this again, I am not a medical doctor for people, but with a little bit of research and a little bit of questions, it was almost unanimous that everything I read, it was not advised to to double up on genetics that we have not found any kind of cure for. And no one has ever had the idea of breeding out such things as Down syndrome or dwarfism. It's not something that is a normal thing. In some breeds, we've seen it come along, and people have had to try to do what they could do with it. But when it's flooded and embedded into a breed the way that this is, it makes no sense to say that you're going to fix something. You're not going to fix something. As the American bully community, our job is to separate ourselves from anyone who is doing these unethical practices in whatever name they try to put on it. There is no good argument for a healthy exotic to date. I have seen some that I thought were a lot healthier than others and were pretty nice dogs, but that is a very small number. I stick to what I say. Healthy dogs come first, and I think to push and to promote the kind of behavior and the kind of breeding that we are seeing going on, not only with the exotic community, but some in the American bully community, and now for people to want to have a free-for-all of let's make a breed out of everything when a lot of us are uneducated to breed a dog, is unethical, and it is directly contributing to the problem that we have with all of these strays filling up all of the animal shelters, and it's ugly. You know, it's a very, very ugly situation. It's a serious situation, and us being a registry, we will not promote everybody breed everything. It's the best way to clean up a breed and to clean up a community is to promote very, very strict and ethical breeding, and not overbreeding and overpopulating of the world. And we stick to that, and you know, whoever is offended by it, you just be offended, but we will not promote bad breeding or bad ethics. Until next time, I'll see you later. Peace.